Who wouldn't kill to work at Runway magazine? Well, Andy apparently. Hi there, I'm Nurhaliza, a psychology student at Mercubuana University of Yogyakarta and NIM 24081026 and 4. Today, I'm reviewing the iconic film The Devil Wears Prada. Andrea or Annie is a recent journalism graduate who aspires to write impactful articles, and she finds herself the personal assistant to Miranda, the editor-in-chief of Runway magazine. Annie couldn't care less about fashion. Girls show up to her interview in a lumpy blue sweater. Okay, so here's the deal. In Miranda's world, average is not an option. What happens next is basically like survival boot camp. Imagine working in this crazy competitive place, but you are wearing ridiculously expensive shoes and getting these little notes with shady comments. And what makes The Devil Wears Prada so relatable is how accurately it portrays the struggle of fresh graduates, especially when they are forced to work in fields completely unrelated to their studies. The film shows Annie's journey from her initial cluelessness and imposter syndrome to her gradual adaptation to the cutthroat fashion industry. Many young workers will recognize that sinking feeling of being underqualified, overworked, and constantly judged, all while pretending to know what they're doing. It's a perfect metaphor for how overwhelming the real world can feel when you're just starting out, and how easy it is to lose your identity when you're desperate to prove yourself. And I see so much of myself in Andy. When the pressure gets too much, I also end up crying in frustration, but then I wipe my tears and keep going like nothing happened. That's just how it is sometimes. But here's the difference. If the job start conflicting with my core values, I know it's time to walk away, because no matter how hard I try, that feeling of this isn't me will keep haunting me. Just like Andy, I had rather quit than lose myself, even if a million people will kill for that opportunity. You can't suck it if you don't fit, fit in your own skin anymore. The Devil Wears Prada reminds us that career paths are rarely straight lines. Sometimes you need to endure the wrong job to discover what truly fits you. If Andy could survive Miranda's brutal world, you too can overcome your challenging first job. More importantly, the film shows that when facing intense work pressure, we don't need judgmental friends who add to our stress, but supportive ones who simply say, "I'm here for you." Because battling a toxic workplace is hard enough without facing more negativity at home. At our lowest points, what we truly need isn't advice or critics, just someone willing to listen without judgment. Okay, thank you guys. See you next video.